coming from a person who has been very serious and also not to the point of like being crazy and rigid serious. Being serious about what it does with its life and spirituality, everything balanced, logic, intuition. This has to be said because people are very confused and relatively so because people are still identifying with collective programming from this is like a generational thing. So nothing about eating animal flesh of that nature is good for your soul. The only thing it's good for is being coming from a person who has been very serious and also not to the point of like being crazy and rigid serious. Being serious about what it does with its life and spirituality, everything balanced, logic, intuition. This has to be said because people are very confused and relatively so because people are still identifying with collective programming from this is like a generational thing. So nothing about eating animal flesh of that nature is good for your soul. The only thing it's good for is being a catalyst for your journey. It is, once you become aware of it, it's actually very detrimental to your spiritual journey. It keeps you separated from source consciousness because you are literally eating a body very similar to your own nervous system. This is very important to be aware of. When you reach this point of being aware, you are ingesting your own self and karma. You are taking in more and more karma and disconnecting yourself from source consciousness. Now, at what degree, I'm not sure. It depends on the individual. And the biggest issue in the spiritual community, people's spiritual egos will hide and find ways to justify and either like become vegan and then go back. That is so damaging to your body, to your spiritual journey. I don't care what anyone says. Nothing. Be very conscious and aware of this. This is so important. You are harming yourself. You are harming animals that are you, because we are all one. And those who have experienced unity, you have a karmic responsibility to become aware of needless animal sacrifice. This comes from deep-rooted religious programming from family members that were very confused about how to treat animals. They had this belief that they have dominion over animals, which is not. They're like, yeah, we have domination over animals. Not true. Not true. Not domination. responsibility. It's about deeply caring, taking care, not controlling nature. This is a justification of controlling nature. And oh, yes, I am expressing my deep passion and my deep parts that are angry about this, because has been far and overdone. It just keeps happening with the spiritual community, and I've had enough. You guys have got to become aware. Okay? This is so important, because you are harming yourself. You are harming yourself, you are harming the animals, and the people that are, whatever they're doing with the animals, they are harming themselves simultaneously while harming the animals. You have no idea the deep domino effect of karma that you are pledging your money into. I don't give a shit if you pay for the animal agriculture industry or grass-fed. There's no difference. There is no difference, okay? There isn't. And pardon me if I seem extremely intense and somewhat rude. That's not my intention. I am being legit and honest and real here, because I am sick of the misinformation being spread about veganism. You have a responsibility for these animals on the planet. If you have a big role on this planet, you need to start becoming aware. If you are intentionally trying to reduce suffering, why the hell, I don't care if you're buying a little bit, why the hell would you buy that? Why would you do that to your body? Human beings were not designed to eat animals this long. God was very nice. The universe was very nice to just let it slip by. But now he's sending people down like me to tell you, I'm sorry, but God's had enough of this shit. It's time to evolve. God is pushing for this to evolve on the planet. It's time to be aware. And if you just keep hanging on to attachment to meat, to any animal byproduct, it's not going to be a fun ride for you. It's not. This is a matter of, like, it's urgent, because, like, the karmic consequences are going to be really, really harsh. And you don't have to necessarily do that. Like, just deal with your normal karma. You want to keep adding to that? That's not going to help you. That's very unhelpful. But yeah, grass-fed doesn't matter. Like, the neglect. There's even, like, grass-fed pigs, and their corpses are on. They don't care. Like, it's the most unconscious industry ever. Like, doesn't matter what farm, what market. It's the most unconscious thing on the planet, because it's literally designed to keep you more separated, and to think that not doing it actually separates you is not true. And if you really want to know the difference, here's an interesting reflection and deep understanding. So, grass-fed, they pretend, to care for these animals. Like, they pretend. Because why? They see them as object consciousness. They don't see them as a soul having their own experience. Okay? So, the grass-fed, whatever, so ridiculous, no offense, that is so ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like, seriously? It's just seriously time to understand what you're doing to yourself, your reflection. So, this is really sad. So, those animals, sometimes they don't get treated right. You don't know that, for one. And for two, when that does happen, do you not believe that they experience feelings and stuff? Because they do. They do experience abandonment and betrayal. You are literally betraying these animals. Those people, they're just like, oh yeah, here you go. Yeah, I'm going to do all this stuff, be so nice to you, and then I'm going to put you in this horrific death-smelling truck, which they are not stupid. They know what's going on, and they are rattled up with fear in the slaughterhouse truck. Sorry to say, but they all go to the same slaughterhouse. There is no difference. There is nothing ritualistic about it. You are using a word. Like, there's nothing healthy about that. So, would you say doing that to a child is ritualistic too? Maybe like in a very uncompassionate way. There's nothing cool about that. It's just bypass. And as for that part of me that craved the body part or whatever, the violence that we're putting into our body, it's still violence. You're still chopped up bits of yourself. That's you. That's your incarnation. What the hell? Are you serious? You guys have seriously forgotten who you are. And you're damaging yourself, you're damaging others, you're damaging the planet. You're paying for the ultimate control of nature, which is so like unnatural. It's not natural to fist a cow and then keep breeding these animals into existence. Leave them alone. Let them live their life out. It's time to evolve. And if you don't, you're going to have to suffer so much. You're going to be suffering bad. I'm telling you. If you don't believe me, I would seriously absorb this video and really take it into consideration. At the very least, take this into consideration. Especially for those who have a bigger role on this planet. This is tough love, okay? Like, no offense, I've been nice. I have given you all that, all the nice information. I've been nice. Now I have to give you the tough speech because you have not been paying attention or listening to understand. All right? This is serious. For real. I know you believe me on a deep level. I know you do. So take this into consideration and start taking responsibility for yourself, for your reality, because you're creating a reality built off suffering. That's not what you came here to do, my dude. You don't have to live like that. You have a choice. Choose to be compassionate. And if you have a hard time being compassionate, learn, you know? Just wanted to make an extra thing to say here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. It is so vital and so key to truly understand each other, because we all have blind spots. Even I do sometimes, I'm not perfect, you know? It's just how it is, So, thank you. Please like, subscribe, make a comment. Like, this is from a deeply caring place. Like, you need to seriously understand this. Alright, guys? You got this. I know this is a lot to digest. And all the things I have observed and experienced and studied for the last year would take like hours and hours to break down and explain. I like to try to make it simple, but as time goes on, I will be doing that for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Because there is so much going on with all of that. People don't focus on that. They're not aware, and they'll pick at it. They won't dive their whole body into this type of topic. It makes everybody on the planet freak out. Is that one of the hardest topics, one of the hardest things for people to digest, from personal experience, from my own observation, inside, outside. For real. So, yeah, thank you.